One of the things that I like to look for when you're doing seller JVs is days on the market. Because when a property's been on the market for a long time, it gives me the opportunity then to see what the, what they started at, what the list price was in the beginning, what they've dropped it to over what space of time, how desperate they might be. And if you can see a property, for instance, that's been on the market for too long, 100 days, more, and you look at it and go, well, I can see why it's not selling. It might be that it's poorly presented. And you know that you could go in and present that property and get more value for the property. You might go in and say, well, the price is too high. A property in this condition is only going to sell for this much money. So if you go in and talk to the owner and say, look, here's the reality. I'm in this business, I know this area really well. Whilst there are houses selling for the kind of money that you've got on this property, they're better presented. Come and have a look. Have a look at this guy's kitchen. Have a look at the size of this. Have a look at that. That's why they got this money for it. You can do that in pictures. You can take them around, show them places. You're not going to get that for your property. This is what you're comparing to. So-and-so down the road sold his property for X amount of dollars. This is the condition of the property. This is the condition of your property. Now, if you want that kind of money, we're going to have to do something to it. Now, they can either spend money, or what they can do is they can joint venture with you. And if there's money in it for you to go in, fix up and on sell, there'll be money in there for you to share with the owner, particularly when you don't have stamp duty to go in and transactional costs to buy it. So if you can do it, if there's money in the deal, particularly with renovation or strata or subdivision, because they can be relatively quick, if there's money in the deal, then there's money enough to share. Because the sharing part of it, you won't get that much less by sharing, because you're not paying stamp duty and you're not paying entry costs. Whereas when you're doing a straight out deal, let's buy it, you've got holding costs, you've got transactional costs, then you've got to do the deal, and then you've got to sell it and whatever holding costs for that. You take all of that into account, most of the time you're not going to be any worse off by sharing the deal. It's a lot easier deal to do. If you've got money problems, if you've got borrowing problems, these are great to do. You don't have to think about that, because your serviceability doesn't come into it. If you've got enough money to do the doing of the deal, you can do the deal. You don't have to have the deposit and the stamp duty and the other stuff to actually go and do the deal and the holding costs. You can do this all day long. And there are thousands, hundreds of thousands of these deals right across the country. I love them. Absolutely love them. We've done quite a few of them in the last couple of years. Show them the money. For some people, it is about the money. Show them what it's going to do. Sometimes you're going to get objections like, oh, it's going to affect my pension. Well, you're going to have to learn the Social Security rules. You're going to have to learn what the pension is. You're going to have to learn how much it will or won't affect them, and whether it's their PPR and all of these other things. It might not. For somebody who's my personality, you need to go in there with a decent spreadsheet. You need to show me how it works for me and works for you. For somebody else with a different personality, they need to feel good about you. That's okay. It's just different personalities. If you're going to sit there and fluff around the bush for half an hour trying to get to the point of what you want, you've lost me. Gone. So you've got to be able to recognise then in the personality, what personality am I dealing with? Are you dealing with someone like me? Or are you dealing with somebody that needs to be cajoled and needs to be, feel safe and feel comfortable with you, and, that you like the same things and all that kind of stuff, and everybody else in between?